Hey, everybody, welcome to Thursdays with Rob and Paul. Today on the show, we are breaking down a very complex episode of Who's the Boss. We are looking at some clickbait news. We're deciding who the asshole is, and election results are still coming in. And Rob and I will give you our latest takes on all of them, especially about Muppet reproductive rights. Stay tuned.
What
There was
was
a
it?
large vote drop
I was just
here
going to
in
tell
Los Angeles.
you. I was just
Yes.
going to tell you. You must be excited. I'm excited.
Well, it's interesting. We're going to see what's going to go on. It's not done yet, but there's a lot of
Looks good. Looks like the good
looks good.
guys. The good
Yeah, we're looking at some
guys.
good stuff. But if you've been following, well, this is a good question for you, Rob. Is it cold in LA? You're wearing a winter hat.
Oh, everybody's looking at my nipples. Is that what it is? It is. It's cold in my garage. I look like I might be dying or something. No, I'm not dying. I mean, I am dying. We're all dying, but it's just cold in my garage. And my wife's hat has a little, it's got a little ball sack on this. My wife has like
These ball
a
sack
testicle.
hats.
Yeah, it's like one of those funny testicle hats.
I'm actually just putting in one thing right now because Rob, I don't think you're in the incognito window, right?
I am. Do you need to tell me something?
No, because I'm in there, but I don't see anything going on.
Okay. Let me look. I believe I'm in there.
Okay, great. Oh, perfect. All right, maybe you are. I think
maybe I did. Maybe I didn't activate.
No, we're both backstage. I'm sorry, but you know what?
Okay.
We'll they'll know. Rob, you were missed last week. The Who's the Boss talk show went on without you. I have some very sad news to report.
What happened?
We didn't get to talk about the episode. I got a little distracted. I was running out of time the entire time. So sorry,
Paul. Look, and this is for new people too. If you've never been on the show before, this is the #1 recap show of Who's the Boss, the fantastic classic sitcom, and Paul and I recap an episode in detail every week. And so what Paul is saying is, I went away for a week and he didn't have time, and that's
you left me
not acceptable.
You left me with the responsibility to carry on what we do here every week, which is to dissect Who's the Boss episodes from a couple different perspectives: politically, economically, and socially. Because each one of these episodes is a microcosm of where America was in 1985, 1986, 1987, 1982, and 1983. So this is truly,
I mean, it's also, it's not so boring the way you describe. It's also like fun. We talk about Tony Danza's dick, the shape of his dick, the texture of his dick.
We also talk about the subtle messages, the way that people are wearing their clothes, what that's saying about where they are socioeconomically. We talk about, maybe their leanings, their prejudices. We get into all of these details that people don't see. The under the layer. What's the words underneath? It's a text like the Iliad, where we keep on finding more and more. James Joyce wishes he wrote.
I mean, the show. This show is so popular, we're having a convention for it. We've talked about that.
Well, we had,
that has gotten such a huge reception now that my wife is worried about, because I asked her for the hall pass thing. We talked about that. I said, it's a big convention. You're gonna have to stay home and take care of our beautiful daughter. I'm gonna go to the Who's the Boss con.
Well, you're running it. You're not going to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm running. I'm in charge of it, and I hired all the food vendors, the liquor vendors. I hired the mechanical bull guy. The wet T-shirt company, all that stuff. The foam guy. So it's gonna be a blast. And I told my wife, all bets are off. And when you go to the con, what happens at the con stays at the con. So anyway, now she's wanting me to get checked for STDs.
Well, I mean,
before and after. So
here's the thing, Rob, and I haven't even really told you about this, but when you weren't here last week, I did have a couple special guests.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, I'll show you some pictures from last week.
What? Tony?
We had Tony.
We look exactly alike. Look at us.
So we had Tony. We had his mom on the show. That woman, and we had Alyssa Milano.
Sorry. Which one is his mom? I don't want to assume anything.
I believe it's the one in the blue.
Okay.
Not his actual mom, his mom on the show.
Mora?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mona, not Mona. That's
sorry, Mona.
You got to know that. You got to know.
I got to listen before the con. I'm going to learn all the characters' names.
No,
it's just...
Catherine Hellman, who played Mona, is no longer with us.
Oh, I didn't know.
R.I.P.
Is that a recent passing? Is that a
not recent? Like recent okay. Within like the last couple of years. We will be holding a seance, and we have talked to some of the best people that connect with the afterlife, and they think that she'll be able to make it. We have met her fee, her ghostly fee. So
we have to pay her ghost a fee to be summoned for the con.
We have to pay her fee. She happens to be a ghost. It's not like her ghost and her are separate entities.
Okay. Well, look, I'm excited for the con. I'm super pumped for it. So these guys were on the show last week.
Yeah, they were kind of doing a bit like, they were making fun of your backdrop. Of being like the steel things that they wanted to make fun of. They did like that's like Rob's backdrop because they called in on funny. Zoom, and we had just a fun time talking to Tony.
Who's the other guy? Is that Martin?
That is not Martin. No, it was
from The Office.
It is not Martin from The Office, the British Office. That I think that is Danny Pintaro. I didn't get his name because we were just laughing so hard. I kept on referring to him as Jonathan, and he responded to it. So
did Tony answer? Can I see the picture of Tony again? When he was on the show, did he answer any questions about his body shape, his chest, and like I can't tell if his ribs are sticking out? Or Tony, he's got rickets, perhaps.
No, Tony, is basically the only man in the history of the United States, and this is not the world, just the United States, who has what they call a 8th ab.
Okay.
So most people have a 6-pack. Tony has 8 abs, and what you're seeing here in this part of it right there, that this is those are the upper 2 abs that most people don't have here in the continental United States. You do see it in certain parts of like the Himalayas. I believe that some people have even seen it in Singapore, but here in the States, he's one of the only people with 8 abs, and that he doesn't. That's why they do stick out a little bit.
Okay. Now, last question, and I'm not making fun of her. This is a medical question because I've never seen the woman all the way over on the right, the younger woman.
That's Alyssa Milano. Alyssa Milano played.
Oh, that's Alyssa Milano.
His daughter on the show. Yes,
I do know Alyssa Milano.
Samantha.
I couldn't tell who that was.
Again, Rob, you seem like this week off really made you forget some of the core characters of the show.
I thought Alyssa Milano had short hair. That's why I was confused.
Well, yeah, in the show, she had short hair.
The moment of this picture being taken, her eyes squinted shut. So I thought, maybe she wasn't doing very well. So I'm glad
she's doing great. She's a big smile. They were actually calling live because Tony was about to do his jazz set. Molly, I don't know if you can find some of Tony Danza's jazz, maybe on YouTube. We can maybe play some of that. But so Tony was in town doing his jazz stuff. I remember seeing Tony do his jazz routine for the first time in New York City, back at Tavern on the Green. It's great stuff. We'll maybe see a clip, but and this is how he dresses. He wears kind of an Under Armour t-shirt, and it's classic jazz in a relaxed setting, like so he is wearing
running a business. Well, there's no.
We'll just don't worry about running a business with this. But again, I'm so
you gotta get YouTube Premium, bro.
And it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Mackie, babe, and he keeps it out of sight.
And
that sharp bites with his teeth.
Is he invited to the con? I can't remember if we invited him.
Well, he wanted to come to the con, but he had some specific requests. One was he wanted to play with his band, and I said, well, where have you played? What venues? And a lot of them have just been street cafes. As you can see, people not really very interested in it. And I didn't know we're going to get...
Not stopping, not impressed, not interested.
Yeah, but we promised to give him a 10,000 seat room.
Wow.
We rented out the Hartford Whalers is a hockey team. We rented out the Hartford Whalers Stadium where he will be performing. That's across the street from the BossCon.
Okay. I did hear from the foam guy, that rents the foam cannon. And you were asking, is it possible to, I mean, we talked about this offline. I don't know if I should say it out loud.
No, talk about it. Yeah.
You thought it'd be a funny prank to switch out some of the foam with human urine, human piss. And the guy says
for the late night crowd.
Yeah. But the guy, and we can talk about this offline. The guy said that we can't do that.
Oh my God.
Well, because one, kind of moral reasons. It's not cool to have people swim in your piss. The other reason,
that's a moral thing, not a cleanliness thing, not a hygiene thing, a moral thing.
Well, you didn't let me finish. It is also just in practical terms, it diminishes the sudsiness of the bubbles. So, if it's water.
Right. Well, no, we don't want to mix pee and bubbles.
You wanted it just to be pee. I didn't know just pee.
Yeah.
I told him you wanted to mix it with the bubbles. I'll go back to him. And see. I don't. We should talk about that offline because I don't want to do anything that's gonna.
Yeah, upset. But Rob, I'm sorry to interrupt right now. Election results are still coming in. We got our first election result of the night. Some of these things have been coming out late. Molly, what is the first election result here? This is a lot of different. Okay. Oh, this is Measure 12. This is a national one. Muppet reproductive rights are granted for. This is actually really interesting. For a long time, characters like Beaker, Miss Piggy, they were not allowed to have children.
Yeah, and Beaker loves to fuck. I mean, that's sort of like one of the main things about his character is he always loves.
He loves to fuck and impregnate people.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking for the right reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he wants to populate.
He wants to procreate. Yeah, he's not doing it for physical pleasure. He wants to make more small baby Beakers.
I think a lot of people, remember Muppet Babies, and we haven't had a Muppet Babies crop for decades. And the reason why is because Muppet reproductive rights have been really just shut down by the government, no matter who's in charge, Democrats,
so
Republicans.
The cartoon, is that why the cartoon is just showing repeats? Because basically they just kind of aged out. And it's like, well, we can't make any more Muppet Babies until, so thank goodness.
Well, and by the way, people are saying, well, were they doing backdoor Muppet abortions? No, this has nothing to do with abortions. This is, well, I mean, look, yes, if they did get pregnant, they would have to get an abortion. This is just more allowing the Muppets to give birth. Right. They were not allowed to give birth. That was a real,
I'm breathing a huge sigh of relief. Does it extend? Is it just Muppets or does it extend to the Sesame Street franchise?
Well, Fraggles were on the ballot and Fraggles were not allowed to reproduce.
Oh my
sadly.
Gosh. Okay.
Dozers, yes.
Okay, that's
Fraggles,
kind of a deep cut for me.
Okay.
What you lost me at Dozers, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, Molly, if you can pull up a picture of a dozer, you'll see the Dozers. I mean, but the Dozers are much more.
I mean, when you say Dozer, I think of the Matrix and that character named Dozer. Who is
that Joey Pants?
Jeez. Sometimes, Paul, when I'm doing the show with you and you don't know the names of the characters in the Matrix, I'm like what movie did you watch?
Okay, well, I was just wondering because I mean I haven't seen.
It's the African American guy, the big guy. His name is Dozer.
These are Dozers. These Dozers are the ones that have been being able to procreate for years.
That's an American television character, or is that like
that is from Fraggle Rock? Fraggles are different species than Dozers.
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit familiar with.
Or maybe
Fraggle.
They're called Doozers, Dozers, whatever you want to call them. Again,
the point is, Muppets can fuck and can reproduce now. So
Muppets can fuck with the intent to bear Muppet babies.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have to wear condoms, basically,
unless they don't want to have babies.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so they're not being forced to have babies.
No,
they can.
They are. Yeah. Now, but
there aren't like Muppet mills like puppy mills where they're being forced.
No, absolutely not. What I think a lot of people don't realize is they were not simply allowed to ever give birth, which is really, and that's something that you see a lot in human Muppet rights issues.
I went to what's the name of the Muppet that's the bald eagle, that big blue?
Oh, Sam.
I went to. Have you ever been to one of those movie memorabilia auctions, and you can bid on like famous movie memorabilia or TV stuff? I went to a Muppet auction recently, and I bought Sam's the bald eagle, I bought his dong, and this is it.
Wow. Wow, Rob. Now, how much did that run you?
It was $600,000 because it still is a functioning live organ. You can tell that it's real.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I mean,
Wow.
obviously, it's not. You know,
That's
it's
the
not
work. I mean, that's the work of
aroused.
Jim Henson, though. Always, and you can't have it aroused because it's a children's show.
Yeah.
But that's wow, Rob. I'm so excited that again, we're bringing this attention here. Like I said,
what were some other measures that that passed? Because there were so many ballot initiatives this year, and some of them were, the wording of it is sort of hard to suss
always
out,
hard. Oh, this is a good one. This is one that I've seen you actually tweet a lot about.
I read this. I wasn't sure if it was going to pass. Thank goodness. Chipotle has to change their name and rebrand as Diarrhea Brothers. This is fantastic.
Talk to me about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of people have, said that when they go to Chipotle, they consistently get diarrhea. And so I think at some point it kind of became like sort of an unspoken thing. Well, they should just change their name to Diarrhea Brothers. Right. And then one thing led to another, and you kind of get a critical mass of voters together, and they get that on the ballot, and this passed. So I think it's
wow.
fantastic.
So now every Chipotle, now does Taco Bell have to change their name?
No, Taco Bell was not on the ballot. It was only, to my knowledge, as far as fast Mexican franchises, it was only Chipotle.
Okay,
that was on the ballot. So so they're going to be called Diarrhea Brothers. So look, I mean, I don't know how long that takes to do the sign, because you think about it, you got to change the signs.
Yes.
You got to change the bags, the cups, like all that. So it will take a while.
I totally agree with you. I mean, look, we can only be, change takes time. And I feel like I can't wait to bring my family to Diarrhea Brothers. Rob, I wanted to show you something actually.
Yeah.
This is something that happened to me yesterday. I've talked about the company Can here on the show. Can is a THC beverage.
I'm still not exactly clear on your relationship with.
I am on the board of directors.
This is a weed. This is a weed company that, but a drink. It's a liquid. It's a beverage.
Yes,
because
I'm not.
I had one at your house. I had one at your house, and it was delightful.
Yeah, so I am. I'm sorry. I'm an investor who has like a creative link to Can, and so every now and then they will do things for me. Well, I should say it like this. Can is a company, we talked about this before. Besides having a great THC beverage, they also do these amazing stunts, whether it's music videos, whether it's the videos that we have done with Adam Devine and Kulap Villasock. They have always tried to like up the ante. So yesterday I came home and I saw this in my house. I'm going to show this to you right now. Not Tony Danza. This gentleman came and he was dressed in a bow tie and he was pouring.
This is in your house.
My house. He was pouring me THC gravy. Can has made THC gravy for Thanksgiving. This is a new special thing that they have created, and they brought that home and they said, well, you can now have this. It's 10 milligrams of THC gravy. And I was just about to take my kids to basketball practice. I had to decline. I
thought you were going to say that your kids ate it.
No, the dog ate it and he had a great time. No, no, but I thought this is like a great thing. And I wanted to ask, would you have THC gravy? If you could bring this into some sort of, Thanksgiving Day thing.
I mean, I know that I don't understand exactly. I still don't get exactly what your relationship is with them. You said you were on the board of directors, then you very quickly backtracked.
Yeah, I'm not really on a board of directors. I'm more of a creative consultant.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Because, I have an idea. As far as the THC gravy is concerned, couldn't you also use that as a sports beverage? Like same thing, gravy, THC gravy. Don't change anything. Don't change the formula. But just have have it available for when you're exercising, you can have some gravy and drink it.
It's not too thick for me. Look at that. It's not too thick.
Well, I like thick stuff when I'm exercising. I'll have some pancake batter. I'll take that with me to the gym sometimes.
Oh, Rob, that's too thick.
Eggnog. I'll have eggnog a lot of times when I'm working out. But THC gravy sounds great. I would do that. I have some questions. So I gotta kind of take a step back here, because you're showing us a video of a guy, I'm assuming a stranger, that you let into your home. He's dressed to the nines.
Yes.
I mean, really dressed up. Bow tie, looks very party down, hair slicked back, handsome
Good looking guy. Yeah.
pouring gravy. You know, I guess I'm wondering where this went. Does the shirt come off? Does the shirt break
it was
away?
Not
was
like
there a sexy?
It was not a stripper situation. I'll tell you this. I came home and my wife said, "There's something for you
Who said
in
that?
my office."
Who said
And I was like, "Oh, all right. What's in my office?" And she brought me into her office, and there were 4 people standing there. One of which was this man. You don't see the other 3 in this video. With a container of gravy, some mashed potatoes, and he said, "I'd like to introduce you to the new hit of the holidays, Can's THC gravy," in which he poured it on some mashed potatoes, hot mashed potatoes, and was like, "Go to town." And I was so taken aback that I felt guilty. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I should be taking a picture of this. I shouldn't be experiencing this. This is clearly something that you want me to be, memeing or, getting out there." And so I had to make him do it again. And then again, because I was too nervous. Like, I want to just enjoy a man coming to my house dressed like a cater waiter, giving me potatoes, but I then have to get my phone out. It becomes a whole thing. So that was.
So did you try the THC gravy?
I couldn't. I had to drive my kids to basketball practice. I'm a responsible adult.
So I'm just trying to figure out what that guy's life is like. He drives around to
I think yesterday was
very famous celebrity. I mean, you're, as far as fame goes, I think of like Tom Cruise, and then like you're like right under
it. Right. Yeah.
So he probably left Tom Cruise's house, came over to your house, pours a big plate of THC gravy, and you go, "Hey, buddy, appreciate it. I gotta go." And he's like, "Well, like, what am I supposed to do?" Like, what did he do? Did he stay over?
I mean, it's an awkward moment because they're just presenting me with a bunch of mashed potatoes. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to respond to it, because it is, it was a little bit before dinner time, which I was actually like, it came at the right time. It wasn't matching the dinner that we were having. But I think that June and I really looked at each other, and like, you can't just be pounding 10 milligrams of THC before dinner, but
now would you, when you prepare it, does it come in 10 milligram servings? Like, in other words, if you were having a big party,
so yes.
And obviously for the benefit of your Thanksgiving guests, you would need to say, by the way, the gravy that you just ate has weed in it, and you're all going to be really high now. Or do you not?
Well, that was the question. Is 10 milligrams going to be something that you would even notice? Or is it like, "Oh my gosh, this turkey's so good, I want to eat more of it and more of it and more of it"?
Interesting. It would take a little while to take effect, so you may not know for a while. So it would definitely be like, it would come into play for seconds. And also, I guess it would depend on what you've had to eat prior to that. Like if there's already a big bunch of food in your belly, it may take a while.
There is, look, so you're open to dosing the people you're spending Thanksgiving with.
I would say if it's close friends, my grandparents, yes. My parents, yeah. My little nieces and nephews, yes, they're cute. It would be really interesting and fun to see them get terrifyingly high, and hear their
bringing
stories.
Up this. They're saying like tryptophan plus THC. What is that? Is that kind of like a hybrid? Is that like sativa and, like kind of mixing and matching there? Are you kind of doing both sides?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but really interesting product. And how do you buy this? And I don't mean to.
I wish I actually had some more information on, because I was so overwhelmed. I'm going to take a look right now and see. But I guess my question is,
the company is called Can, C-A.
Yes.
C-A-N.
Yeah. And I'm just typing in, see what the gravy situation is. I guess I'm looking right now. I just typed in cannabis gravy. there is a ton of recipes for cannabis infused poutine, cannabis gravy, a lot of recipes here. How to make THC hot sauce, how to make THC sriracha, how to make THC hollandaise sauce. And this is it. So I just found out. So basically, Can and Kiva have partnered up to launch a limited edition Thanksgiving starter pack with THC gravy and cranberry sage THC drinks, which are great. I like the cranberry sage a lot.
Okay.
And so you can basically you can be drinking some cranberry sage can and then munching down on that gravy. They give you like a little packet and you mix it in with your gravy.
Now,
It's like
does everyone watching the show right now get a free sampling of this? Is that why
I wish I had the power to
I thought this was like one of those Oprah things where like well, you get a gravy, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I could give out some gravies, I will give out some gravies. Okay. And I'll get that going.
Now, let me ask you this, just as I'm just doing my due diligence here, and I hope and pray that this is not the case. Is there a world where you came home and June is having an affair with this guy dressed as a stripper, and she was like, "Oh my God, my husband's home. You have to do something." And he was like, "What the fuck? What am I going to do?" And she's like, "Go into the kitchen and get something and act like you're a guy that is presenting weed gravy." And he's like, great idea. And so the whole thing is a cover up because you busted your wife.
My wife is cheating on me with the THC gravy guy.
I don't want to say that. I'm asking.
June.
No.
June.
Oh no.
Get up here.
I think you guys should deal with this off camera. Okay.
What the fuck? Are you fucking around on me?
Oh, no.
Are you fucking around on me with that guy?
Oh, this is my worst nightmare.
Don't you lie to me. Rob tells me that you're fucking around on me. Don't fuck around on me. You don't fuck with me. Sorry,
I'm not here.
I just dealt with that. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to upset you.
Are you?
Wow.
You don't worry about yelling in front of your kids like that? I kind of worry about that.
No, they're wearing headphones.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, look, I'm excited to try the gravy. I just got my invitation to your house for the big Thanksgiving celebration.
Yeah, you can definitely get in there, and we'll have lots to talk about.
What other celebs will be at your Thanksgiving hoedown? Because you know how I am. I like to be around the names, the big names.
Of course. Sinbad will be here.
Oh, that would be great.
The great Sinbad.
He's the best.
He's such a great guy. Really, really love him. From ESPN, Kendrick Perkins will be here. Kendrick Perkins, basketball analysis, or analyst, I should say.
Yeah. Don't sit me next to him just because I don't know that much about basketball.
No, he'll talk your ear off about basketball. If you sit next to him. We also are very lucky, very blessed to have Britney Spears' dad here.
Whoa!
Jamie Spears will be here. Yes. He's not celebrating this year with his daughter, so he's coming over to our house.
That's going to be great.
I'm conflicted because I don't really like him, but June was putting in Jamie Lynn Spears, which is Britney Spears' sister. Right. And she just, I guess the email got confused. So now
that happens all the time. I bet it happens all the time.
So that happens. We also have some politics or politicos, I guess.
Yeah.
Michael Dukakis will be here.
Oh, Michael Dukakis.
Former
failed presidential candidate, 1988, I think.
Yes. He will be here.
Wow.
We also have
you got a lot of famous friends, man.
Oh, we got a lot of famous friends. As far as some of the names that you might be familiar with. We definitely we have Tiffany, mall sensation Tiffany from I think we're alone now.
No, doesn't seem to be anyone around. I'm singing.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, look, that all sounds great. Hey, I got another question for you. Were you done with the can thing? Can I?
Yeah.
Segue? Okay. I don't know how much, when you're getting
I didn't
paid.
really, I didn't even really have
get
that much.
paid to mention those things like
I
that.
wish I was getting paid. I just thought it was interesting that a man
Obviously,
showed up
when
to
you
my
get
house.
paid a lot of money to mention those things and make us all engage with it, you're getting paid a lot. I'm not getting paid.
It was more like a guy who came to my house I thought was odd, but I mean, but there we go.
I would investigate again. I don't want to start trouble in paradise. I saw your wife 2 nights ago at a lovely comedy event,
Yes.
and she did not mention that she was having an affair. So I take that as a positive thing. Of course, I didn't ask. I didn't say. Well, full disclosure, I did not ask directly. Hey, June, great to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. Hey, are you having an affair with
the gravy guy,
THC gravy guy? I didn't say that. So, but anyway, well, hey, Rob, I wanted to ask you real quickly. I know you were doing some poll watching. You were going out to monitor the polls and kind of intimidate people on election day. And I was kind of worried about that, because that's something they do in Arizona. I saw a lot of those guys down there with machine guns and stuff like that showing up.
No, you're confused. I watched the poll watchers.
Oh, you're a poll watcher.
Yes, I watch the poll watchers. So what I do is let the poll watchers know that I'm watching them. And then there is somebody that watches me. So then I have a watcher.
Oh.
And then we have a bunch of Nest cams so people can then watch the watchers of the poll watchers.
Oh, so you'll go to the poll watchers and put a little nanny cam in front of each of them.
Nest cam, yeah.
A Nest cam. Well, hold on. Is this another commercial that I'm not getting?
It's not a commercial. It's just that Nest is, if you're going to protect your home.
Oh, fuck.
Simply Safe and Nest are really two great options for your family.
Okay.
Simply Safe, Nest. Protect yourself, protect your home, and protect your butt.
Did you have a fun time watching the poll watchers?
Oh my gosh, we had such a great time. We don't agree ideologically about what's going on in our country.
Okay. I didn't know
but I love watching them because I'll say things like, all right, Terry, smooth move.
Yeah.
Don't intimidate there, Ron. I'll kind of I'll just be side coaching. I'm like, don't listen to him. I'll just do stuff like that. I'm like, you don't got to show him your ID.
I see.
Or I pepper them with questions about the new Black Panther movie. I'm like, who are you most excited for? Who do you think is going to take over the mantle for Black Panther?
Right.
And they don't know.
They didn't have any opinions about
they're
that.
They're too obsessed with the polls. They're not they're not enjoying popular culture. For me, it's all I can think about is who's going to take over the Black Panther throne. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility.
I did a thing this year because I got that email blast that everybody gets hey, you should head out to the polls and watch everybody. But I misunderstood the assignment.
Okay, how did you do it?
Well, I went out there and I thought you were supposed to give the poll watchers something to watch. So I took my stripper pole out to the polls and did my, pole dancing routine and had people watch me do that. So the poll watchers.
You were pole dancing in front
of the
poll
watchers. Dancing at the poll watchers so they would have something to watch. I thought they needed something to watch.
Well, Rob, this is okay. First of all, I get the confusion. I also last election, I made a similar mistake.
Oh, no.
I dressed as, again, rest in peace, Paul Walker, because I thought it was a Paul Walker's thing. So I thought you had to
No, I'm not. I'm not participating in this conversation.
I just said that I dressed as Paul Walker.
I'm not participating in this conversation.
Okay. Interesting.
Hey, were there any more ballot measures that you were excited
a couple more, and then I got some other stuff to show you here.
Oh yeah.
All right. So okay, we got this Measure M. Another one that you were really invested in.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, that was a big deal. I mean, all these billionaires are talking about we should go and colonize Mars because basically we fucked up this planet so bad that I think the plan is for rich people, fuck it, let's just go to a different planet. So I got this on the ballot. Let's go ahead and take that off the table. Let's blow up Mars. So that passed. And so thank goodness we're going to send I think like a 10,000 megaton nuclear bomb to Mars and blow up Mars.
Wait, because when I first I voted no on Measure M because I thought if we could colonize Mars, we could actually then offload Earth to Mars. But you're saying just blow it up because why not just cause more?
No, well, my theory was, and look, it passed, so now we're going to do it. My theory was they're trying to, the rich, the elites, Paul, the Illuminati are trying to make Mars sort of a fallback plan, you know, like, hey, fuck it. So then we can just totally destroy the Earth and, you know, plunder it for all of the natural resources and everything, and then just kind of give up on it. That's kind of the plan, you know, and then only the super rich would be able to go to Mars. My idea was, well, let's blow up Mars and then we'll have to like learn to work together and on this planet, you know.
I got that.
It passed.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's also going to be a movie. And Paul Walker was attached, but then
so it's been in development for some time.
Yeah, but then I just found out from you that I guess I got to call the studio and find out.
Well, no, don't worry about it because his brothers have been like kind of taking over some of the mantle and stuff like that. I'll tell you this, Rob. You know, there's a lot of talk this week about Elon Musk taking over Twitter. You know, where can we turn for news? You've already seen Twitter kind of losing itself today. Someone was parodying Eli Lilly, which is a drug company, and they said, "Hey, everybody, we're giving insulin away for free now." So there are a lot of these.
Later one that said, "We're just fucking around. It's now $400 because we can do whatever the fuck we want."
Yeah, so people are basically now being able to change their name to anything they want it to be. Fake information is spreading like wildfire, which is why I only trust one news source, and that news source is those little tiny pictures at the bottom of web pages. I'm going to show you what's going on in a little section I like to call Clickbait News. Check it out. Look at this. Kristen Bell takes off her makeup, and this is how she really looks.
Hold on. Is this how you're getting your news now, Paul?
Yeah, because I get the headline grabs me and I'm immediately pulled in.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack.
I mean, look at her. Look at it, how she looks.
There's a lot to unpack. So according to this news source that now is your trusted news source because of the death of Twitter, you're saying that this is how Kristen Bell looks when she takes.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying that I'm reading from obviously Cars and Yachts, very reputable site for news. The latest in Cars and Yachts. They broke the story today about Kristen Bell taking off her makeup, and that is how she really looks. Wow. I mean, I didn't even need to read the article.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right there. And clearly she's there in her bedroom, like someone got that picture. I mean, it's fascinating. I didn't know that. Are there
there's some other big ones. I mean, did you see there's a big
if this is
story
true,
today.
It's huge.
This is a big story today. I think everyone's been talking about it. Obviously, we had an election this week, and it covered up some of the initial announcement. But did you know that Alfalfa from the Little Rascals grew up to be a total hunk?
Okay. Well, here's a question. Is this a picture of him grown up or when he was little? Because I don't want to make a terrible comment here.
No, that's him as a little kid.
Oh, okay, good.
That's a little child, yeah.
Okay. Are they going to show us?
Didn't have time to get to the. You'd have to. Didn't get time. All I know is now, if people say to me, "Oh my gosh, remember that movie, Little Rascals?" I could say at a dinner party, Thanksgiving party. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Alfalfa grew up to be a total hunk.
Yeah. Can I see the picture of Alfalfa again, just real quick? Sure. Because he was really. The Little Rascals was way back in like the 40s or something, right?
No. We're talking about the Little Rascals remake. Okay. The one came out like maybe in the mid 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember it.
I think I missed that one. I might have missed it. Did you like it? Did you like it?
Did I love it is the question. I mean, I'll show you I'll show you again just because I want to kind of show it because I think a lot of you remember this one. Little Rascals, obviously. We got Bug Hall, Travis Telford, Brittany Ashton Holmes, Kevin Jamal Woods, Blake MacGyver Ewing, Jordan Warhol. Like, these were all the guys got their start in the 1994 family comedy, The Little Rascals. So that's
fantastic.
Really good stuff. I'll show you some other news I got.
The clickbait news, man. I mean, I'm not convinced it's a great source of information, but you're right. If Twitter's gone, what are we supposed to do? Go to like individual websites? Like, I can't do that.
It's too hard. I mean, have you heard about this? What the Pope eats typically in a day might surprise you. It's all communion wafers.
Are you serious?
Only eats communion wafers, but he has a toasted communion wafer with cream cheese in the morning. He has 2 communion wafers with a little bit of ham for lunch, and for dinner he has like a sautéed or barbecued communion wafer, and that is surprising.
Wow, that is really surprising. Is that for like weight loss reasons or just convenience? Or he's like, I'm a busy guy. I'm on the run and I eat what's nearby and convenient for me. And it happens to be communion wafer. We don't know.
We don't know. I mean, I think
you didn't click.
I didn't click. I think the idea is that, whatever he wants to eat, like he'll kind of just say steak and they'll put it in his mouth. And then God will just like make it steak.
Oh, I didn't know that. He can pop in a wafer and kind of magically say whatever he wants it to be, and then God changes it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know. I didn't read the article fully.
Okay. Because you said that so confidently.
Sometimes again, I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Rob, just really quick.
Paul.
Just want to check in with you real quick. So Paul. Today's episode that we're talking about is Tony's father-in-law.
Yes.
It has another episode with 3 writers. One of the best things about this show is that each person only writes 10 pages and they pass it to the next person.
Right.
And this is a great one.
I can't wait because, look, like a lot of people, when I'm watching Who's the Boss, I'm always curious about all of the extended family and who is the father-in-law.
This is a complicated relationship. This,
I don't know this.
Okay. Well, Tony isn't amused when his father-in-law, Nick Milano. Now here's the interesting thing. It's his father-in-law. Tony's not married in the show. So this is his dead wife's father. Right, because his father would be somebody different. This is his father-in-law, and Tony is not married, so this is his deceased wife's dad. When Nick Milano comes to spend some quality time with his granddaughter Sabina, forgets that her name is Samantha, and
Sambina.
That's what he calls her. That's how we know as an audience that he doesn't really care about Samantha. But Nick doesn't tell Tony that he's about to be thrown in prison. And Tony is kind of reading clues, but Tony thinks he's gonna die, that he's terminally ill.
Okay,
so that's funny. Yeah,
Paul, it all sounds really funny, and I can't wait to get into it with you. I really can't because it's 30 minutes, and we know there's the opening joke is always great, the ending joke is always great, and sometimes when we run out of time, have we just looked at the opening joke and the closing joke? Sure. But we're really going to dig into this episode. I do have one question.
Yeah.
His father-in-law, Nick Milano. Now, Alyssa Milano is the real life name of the actress.
Yes.
So Nick Milano is a character name, or is this? Okay. Are you confused by this? Because to me, it seems
it's
confusing.
An inside joke.
I've had a lot of gravy, but it's
an inside joke. It was also to help the writers remember which character is related to whom.
Okay.
So Tony's dad is named Dada Danza, so you would understand. Okay. But this is a fun episode because it's dealing with multiple things. It's a father-in-law of a deceased wife visiting.
Funny,
he's kind of a scumbag. We think that he's dying, but he's actually going to prison. And because of that, he's trying to seduce Mona, so he gets one last fuck before he has to go away for a long, long time.
Now, does he say that? Does he say, "Hey, I'm here for one last fuck" before? Because
I think it's implied.
okay.
I think that it's like that's Tony Danza, the show. We'll play a clip. Should we see the opening line?
It seems a little early for that, but
yeah, I agree.
We're going in. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of the show, but what I like about it is that it's a family show and I can watch it with my kids. That's a little risque for me. The beginning joke. If you don't count Angela as, checking herself in the reflection of the.
Why is Angela cleaning dishes? That's Tony's job. I mean, Tony should be dusting.
I guess they just didn't want to start on her sitting. They needed to start on her and have them come in. So they needed her to be doing something. And that's kind of funny.
Okay.
But so when he comes in, the bratty kids are like busting him like, oh, dad did mouth to mouth on the lifeguard. And he makes the joke, oh, was she says, was she drowning? Well, she was near the deep end, so I guess right off the bat, is that a sexual assault joke?
It seems like he doesn't know this woman, but yet he over the course of a swim class in which she was teaching.
Okay. So it's not assault. So maybe he just seduced her.
But she's teaching a swim class. I don't know how he did it. He also comes in and says Mark Spitz and Company, which is a reference to a gold medalist and swimmer Mark Spitz. Yeah. So I feel like that was kind of maybe improvised, that maybe a little bit off book, because that didn't really seem to land a solid joke.
No, that was just him improvising, showing that he knows some swimmers. Yeah.
Because they're not doing a diving class.
No, but back to the kissing thing. So yeah, I guess he's kissing strangers at the pool while the kids are in the pool. But
it's in the instructor of the class, right?
No. I don't think the lifeguard.
Molly, go back. Did the lifeguard or did it say? Okay, I want to hear it.
It was a lifeguard.
It was a lifeguard. Okay, well then that's even worse.
Yeah.
Wow.
And hopefully, look. I don't want to get too uptight about this. I know I know we're having fun, but I just hope no one drowned while he's kissing the lifeguard.
I'm sure somebody did. Did I tell you about this? When I was I took a family vacation.
Were you yawning just now?
Just a little bit.
While I was speaking?
Not because you were speaking, just because.
Okay. Molly, will you take him out, please? I just need to, I kind of need to think about this for a second. I just want to apologize to America and really all across the world. I know we have millions of viewers in Australia and Canada, Brazil, all over South America, Central America, Eastern Europe, regular Europe. I just want to say sorry on behalf of Paul. We try to do a professional show, and when one of us yawns in the middle of the show, it's not great. So I'm going to take responsibility for this. You guys don't need to write us or send those letters and cards. Believe me, I hear you. I'm right there with you. I'm going to nip it in the bud. Okay, thanks.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take over for Paul anytime you want. You want to do Thursdays with Rob and Mal?
Obviously, it would be a better fit, I think, creatively.
Yeah.
Sure. I think we would probably have more fun.
Yeah.
I think the guy-girl thing would be interesting. It would be like kind of a good balance of energy rather than this like kind of bro-y, frat guy thing. So let's think about it.
Okay.
And let's see if it happens again. If it happens again, and I'm not threatening him.
Yes.
But we have a responsibility to the viewers.
I agree with you.
People are watching this. They're giving up their time. They're telling their fucking kids, "You get out of here. Go in the other room." I need 3 hours with Rob and Paul.
Absolutely. So okay, let's give him one more chance, and then I'm ready. I'm ready to take over.
Okay, thank you. Wow. Excuse me. Snow White.
Snow White or Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty. Sorry. Snow White eats a poison apple, and that's what I want.
Oh, no. Am I poisoned?
That's what I want you to do. I don't know. Did you have some gravy before this show?
I did not have any gravy, but yes, I've been munching on those potatoes that they left here, those mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
And wow.
Well, I just had to apologize to everybody, Paul, because when you yawn, during the show, you're on camera. There's a camera right in front of you, as there is in front of me. Yours is high def, mine is not. Mine is just my laptop. But people can see it, and
Molly, can you take Rob out for a second?
Oh no.
Viewers, welcome. I'm Paul Scheer. You might know me from the League or Black Monday or my podcast, How Did This Get Made and Unspooled? And I'd like to make an announcement. I am a father of 2 boys. Every day I have to get up at 6 a.m, make them breakfast, take them to school, and do a lot of other responsibilities around the house. So by the time I'm up for over 13 hours, I do start to yawn. But my goal is to provide quality entertainment, no matter what the price. And that means if I'm going to yawn, partly because it's some sort of undiagnosed disease, I might have narcolepsy. So I don't want to be made fun of on air about that. I also want to say I yawned because my wife set her alarm for 5 a.m. and then 5:15 and then 5:30 and 5:45 until I begged her to stop setting her alarm because it was just keeping us up. So, but you know what? I don't want to blame anyone. I don't want to blame my undiagnosed narcolepsy. I just want to say to you, I don't apologize. I doubled down on it. Thank you.
Hey,
yeah, what's up?
Is Rob's like ball busting getting to you? Because
it is.
I can take over for him. We could
oh
do
my gosh, Molly, I would love that. I would love that. That would be so much fun because it would be like a guy-girl thing. It'll be a lot more fun dynamic. And also, you don't wear those hats. Like people make fun of like people in LA wearing like winter stuff. Yeah, no, that's great. All right, I love this. All right, great.
Okay, I love that. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Wait a second.
I heard all of that. I heard the whole thing. Paul, let's take Molly out of this for just this is just me and you, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Listen to me. I'm starting to think that Molly is trying to drive a wedge between us. Because like she is now,
right? Yeah, she was
because I'm gonna tell you what happened when you fell asleep. She popped on and started pitching herself to take over your slot.
I can't.
And I said, Molly.
Hey everybody. Okay, so we watched the first joke of this episode. Let's watch the last one. Okay. All right. Let's press play.
Ever.
Wow.
The balls.
Wow.
I mean, that was a flex, Paul. She has
too much power. Too much power.
She's like the Supreme Court. I mean, she is the Supreme Court. We cannot get anything through except if it goes past Molly. She's in control of all this, and we've just sort of given her
Oh man.
We've given her all of this power and just assumed that she would do the right thing, and she turned on us.
This is this is a twist. You know what? This actually brings me to a very interesting point in this show, because I think that you and I clearly, Molly did some stuff there we don't agree with, but people have questions like who is right and who is wrong. And I think it maybe is time for you and I to kind of help people figure out who is the asshole in the situation. And we want to go to the audience here. We want to help you out with this. This is like a little thing that we've pulled off of Reddit, where we're going to look at am I the asshole? I mean, so this is a good one right here. Am I the asshole for cooking mushroom pasta when my boyfriend doesn't like it? I mean, this is something pretty small that kind of blowing up. So here I am. Me and my boyfriend, we're both 30. We moved in together a few months ago. We split chores, including cooking. My boyfriend doesn't like mushrooms. He's not allergic or anything. He'll eat it, if he has to, but he always avoids it. Any dishes with mushrooms at parties, restaurants, etc. I'm the opposite. I mean, one of my favorite dishes is chicken and mushrooms, or mushroom pasta, which I often make for dinner. Obviously, I don't make it every time, but when I do, my boyfriend usually eats a small amount or makes himself something else. He said he doesn't like it, so I try to make it a little less often. Well, last night I made chicken and mushroom pasta, and my boyfriend saw it and he kind of got mad, saying like, I told you I hate mushrooms and I should make something else. And I replied like, I like it, but he said I should have put it. But he said I should have put some away before adding the mushrooms and just left the plain pasta for him. I said he has such an issue, he can, I said if he has such an issue, he can make something else. Am I the asshole?
Okay. Let me weigh in on this. Yes, this woman is being an asshole. Her boyfriend doesn't like mushrooms like a lot of people. And she has the fucking audacity to make a chicken dish, a lovely dinner for him with mushrooms. He said he doesn't like them. Make something else. Yes, she's being an asshole. That's my take on this. I mean, I don't see how you would see it any other way.
I mean, here's the thing. This is a tricky one, right? Because
someone in the comments said, but she's cooking.
Yeah, she's cooking. Yeah. If she's cooking it, it means that she can take some plain pasta and put it on the side before mixing in the mushrooms. It's not like I'm making chicken. He doesn't like chicken. It's like he doesn't like the thing that I'm putting in the pasta. If you don't like that, it's very easy. She already has the idea, but like, why is she can have...
Is she trying to kill him? I mean, that's my thing. Like,
she can have the mushroom pasta and he can have just plain pasta. He's not saying cook me something different. Don't make the smell in the house. He's simply saying just put some on the side.
I mean, also, she should make something else that he likes. That's her job. She's the woman.
Wow, Rob. Whoa.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm concerned, honestly, for this woman. I think that she's in a terrible relationship and should not be in this relationship. She is not the asshole. If she's an asshole for not valuing herself enough to walk away from this dipshit. Like, can you imagine making dinner for someone and then they say, well, you got to make something else?
Oh, no. He's not saying that, Rob. He's saying, and by the way, everyone should be voting here about
how do you vote? Oh, in the
we'll
comments?
See where. Yeah, well, we'll vote in the comments. Molly's showing you how to vote in the comments here. We see, are you an asshole or are you not? That's what we're voting on here. So Molly, you can pop that up. Yeah, like, are you an asshole or are you not an asshole? My issue is this. He doesn't like it. We all have foods that we don't like. Why continue to make it? He's not even saying don't make it. He's saying, can you just pull some pasta on the side for me? It seems like she's saying just because you don't like it doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat it. Like, I feel like she's being like a parent. Like, that's how I talk to my kids. I'm like, you got to have a bite of that carrot, bud. You got to eat that. You got to, like, I know you don't like it, but it's good for you. I don't know if it is.
You know what you're supposed to do? Because we're going through the same thing. You're actually supposed to, from what I've read from like parenting experts, you're not supposed to make a big deal about any food ever. You put it down and you go, there it is. And you like walk away and they eat it or they don't eat it. And like, and you don't make a big deal about it. And you just like put down, you know, this is just for kids, but
yeah. No, we kind of live our lives by that. The only thing that we kind of enforce is if you don't eat your dinner, you can't have a snack.
Like a dessert, you mean?
Dessert, yeah.
Yeah, we don't even do, I mean, this is boring for people, but we don't even do dessert like at the end of it. Sometimes we'll do dessert like at, 2 p.m. and just take that off the table. So it's like, you've already had your dessert. Like,
June has instituted something that I find to be crazy, but I love, but it's intense. She has created 2 Treat Tuesday, which they get 2 desserts on Tuesday. And every day they ask, is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? It's like, no, Tuesday was just yesterday. You already had 2 Treat Tuesday. But my kids are crazy for dessert, but I feel like what they do is they rush through their dinner to be like, I'm done. Get me that dessert. And then they go, and then I'm making like 3 more dinners. I mean, my vet, who I bring my kids to, not my pediatrician, my vet says,
why do you bring your kids to a vet?
It's cheaper.
But can a veterinarian assess a human child?
In that movie Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, when one of the guys gets shot, they bring him to a vet.
In the movie or in the book?
Oh, both.
And in the audiobook?
Yeah, it happens in the audiobook too.
Okay.
But the Jeremy Piven, I believe, plays that doctor. But long story short, these vets, they need the work.
Okay, so the girl, we think the girl. Let's see. Most people voted.
But all truth. Like if your wife, Hannah, said, my wife, if she said, "Hey, Rob, I don't like mushrooms," would you keep on forcing her to eat mushrooms?
No, but I don't think you can't force anyone to eat anything. I mean, I think that, certainly my wife loves to cook and cooks way more than I do. And if there's something like I don't like, which is rare, I just kind of just shut up and eat it because you don't want to.
I get that. But if you were to say to her, like, is there any food that you don't eat?
I don't eat uni.
Ooh, I love uni. Okay.
Sea urchin. I know. I've been out with you before and you've ordered it, and I've tried it and I can't.
Yeah, some people don't like it.
That's like kind of the only thing I don't eat.
Yeah, so you're a pretty open palate. Like same thing for me. Liver is the one thing I don't like. I don't like liver.
Okay, yeah. And so if my wife made liver all the time, I mean, yeah, it would be a problem. If she made it one time, I'd probably just go,
well, it's not just one time.
Yeah.
She's the asshole. Oh, Molly, do we have something coming in? We have a poll coming in. Oh, sorry, no, we don't. I thought we had a poll coming in. Sorry. All right. So what does the audience say here? Who is the asshole? Do we have that up? Is she the asshole?
Do we have is there a way to tabulate there?
Yeah, Molly is tabulating it right now.
Amazing.
I think so. Well, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get some breaking news here. All right. We have to get some breaking news.
Is there another Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, we have another one coming up. Okay. Here we go. All right. Asshole was voted the most option of the poll with 62% of the votes. Okay, that's larger than most of these elections were decided. Okay. So
people are voting that this woman is the asshole. Okay.
All right, yes. And then this is the next one here for you. Okay. Am I the asshole for blaming our house getting TP'd on my husband who gave toothbrushes instead of candy? So this Halloween, my 28-year-old female husband, who is a dentist, it's supposed to be I am. So this Halloween, my 28-year-old
female husband.
She's saying she's 28.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it. So this Halloween, my 28-year-old female husband, who is a dentist, 31-year-old male, wanted to try something new instead of, filling the bowl with candy. He filled it with toothbrushes and toothpaste. I told him this idea would turn out terribly because I knew that myself as a child and a middle school teacher, that all I wanted for Halloween is candy and definitely not tooth care. But he convinced himself that it would be great because what kids wouldn't like to get on Halloween night is a toothache. Well, he did it, and he was surprised to find that not only one boy or two thanked us, but the others were pretty annoyed with this and demanded candy, so much so that I had to bring them a candy bowl or else they would have never stopped crying. They only got more frustrated and annoyed when my husband told them they had to get at least one toothbrush and toothpaste before they get candy. It was kind of a disaster. When that was all over, the kids stopped coming to our house and we went to bed. We heard something, only go out and find some brats threw toilet rolls and eggs all over our house and ran away. We spent a long time cleaning it up, and I told him that he should have just given them candy like I told him to, and he's been mildly upset by all of this and said that I'm acting like a jerk. But to be honest, he was the one acting like a jerk. I'm a middle school teacher. He should have just listened to me. He has no extended experience with kids like I have. Am I the asshole?
Okay. First of all, I'm glad that we know their ages and their genders.
I mean, we got to get into it.
20, she's 28. She's a female. He's 31. He's a male, and he's a dentist. I had this happen to me when I was little, not with a toothbrush. I don't think. We had someone in our neighborhood that would give away pencils, unsharpened pencils. And we would, do terrible things with those pencils. And we would,
what would you do?
I wasn't prepared to talk about it, but if you're going to force me to,
What did you do?
We would put them up our butts, and then we would tie a string to them, right?
Oh my
Put them
God.
back on the front porch, ring the doorbell, and they would come out and they would go, oh, here's one of the pencils. Someone dropped it. And then we'd pick it up and it would have the string on it. And we would go, you just touched that pencil. It was up my butt. And then we would pull the string and we would take it back. And then, we would use it. And, because you don't want to give up a good pencil. So yeah, it was mainly that.
Okay. All right.
Putting a pencil and big pencils, like adult size pencils up our butts, put them back on the front porch, tie a string around it, ring the doorbell. Hey, oh no, we forgot that someone dropped one. And I was in my butt, you jerk, and then take it back. Are you yawning?
Really? No, I'm just like, I'm taking it in and like, huh.
Well, look, this story isn't about me. Let's go back to the dentist. So all
right, yeah.
I wasn't there.
You put pencils in your asshole.
And not just me, all of us, like the whole gang, all of us, like kids, there's like 50 of us. Not one pencil in everybody's butt. Everyone would take their pencil and put it up their own butt. You're not
helping yourself.
Okay.
You're not helping. You're not. Disgusting.
So is this woman the asshole? No, her husband's the asshole. Paul, that's an absurdly large container of water. Absurd. Bigger than your head.
Yeah, June won't let me drive with this. I think I've talked about this one on air before. She's afraid that it will hurt people. People say the water jug is back. Yeah,
well, if you got into a car accident, you would be decapitated.
I mean, yeah, it would. I have to buckle it up. Here's the thing. What I like about this story is good old-fashioned Halloween pranking. I feel like it's 2022 and people aren't TPing houses and throwing eggs anymore. And I like that we're in this very Americana
that's the origin
kind of
trick or treat. You give me a treat or I am going to play a trick on you. That is what it is supposed to be.
I think that the husband being a dentist is clouding his view. I think that this reeks to me like this is made up. That's what I'm feeling. But I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say I believe that this story. I believe that she's a 28-year-old female with a 31-year-old dentist. But even when you go to the dentist, they give you something fun and for free. And what it says here, what makes me feel like it's a lie is when she quotes her husband as saying, what kids wouldn't like to get. Well, it's wrongly written, but I think what she's saying her husband said was, well, the one thing the kids don't want to get on Halloween night, a toothache.
That's what made me think this whole thing is fake.
Me too.
Because eating candy doesn't give you a toothache. A cavity gives you a toothache, but you don't get a cavity instantly from eating candy.
No,
it takes
not one bit.
So I don't know whether this is even an authentic person. It's like the first time on the internet that I've seen something where I'm like, I don't know if this is real. Honestly, this is the first time
I mean, look, and that again, this is why I always go back to my news source where I'm like learning really fun stuff. Like, have you
talking about clickbait news?
Yeah, clickbait news like this: natural disasters that haven't happened yet, but could.
Right. The past 50 years have seen more natural disasters than ever before. These are some natural disasters that haven't happened yet, but could.
Whew. I mean, what a great expose. Well,
we don't know because you don't ever click on it to tell us. I mean, I'm assuming
I can get enough here. For example, what is that natural disaster? That is, it looks like a lightning in a blood red sky. We've never seen that before.
Yeah, I think that's blood rain coupled with heat lightning. Yeah.
Wow. Now that's pretty scary stuff.
I mean, yeah, it would be scary if it started raining blood and like super lightning attacking people. Yeah, it'd be scary.
But it's even scarier.
Oh no.
The guy from Candyman. You ever see that movie Candyman?
Oh, guess what I just watched last night, by the way. Have you seen Barbarian?
I'm the one who told you to watch it.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Okay, let me ask you a question. Well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but did anything in the movie Did anything in the movie look familiar to you from a movie that we have done?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Because I texted our friends from
Yeah.
our movie, and I said, I think this is something that was in our movie.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, you're right. A part played by the great Alex Berg.
Yeah.
But I love that movie though, man.
I thought
so
it was. You know who directed that was Zach Kreger. Is it
yeah,
Kreger? From
Kreger
Whitest
from
Kids.
Yep.
Yeah. He did a great job. I didn't know he directed that. I was watching the whole time. I was like, this movie is like a good movie. And I'm always surprised when horror movies are good.
The tone change is so great. And Justin Long, I said to you the other day, like, I think is like one of the best performances ever. Like, I mean, he's so funny, and he's primarily by himself.
He was really funny.
But by the way, here's what I want to say about this, Rob. The reason why you and I saw each other the other day was because we are getting ready for our very big, this is not a joke, this is not a bit, our very big announcement that is going to be coming up this December. We'll be announcing
when can we announce what we're sitting on? Because people think, because we do joke around a lot on this show, or try to joke around. They're not always great jokes, but this is something that is not a joke. When we tell you what we're doing in December, it's gonna be like, you're gonna be very impressed.
By the way, people are saying, I feel like the announcement is getting pushed back. We can't announce it until they allow us to announce it.
But can we say that it is a show that we are doing?
Yes, we can say it's a show that we are doing. It is going to be on Twitch. It is going to happen in December.
Can we say
have
the
dates? Let's say the dates. We can say the dates.
Okay.
The 16th and the 17th.
Yeah, Friday night and Saturday night, the 16th and the 17th of December.
Mark it down.
If you don't watch this show, you will have regretted it.
There's going to be some really fun stuff there. Again,
I can't wait. I can't wait until we can just say it, because then it'll be like people will know that we're not dicking around.
We had to tape something for the announcement, which is yet to be made. So hopefully that will be put together quite soon.
Have you worried at all? Do you worry at all about security for yourself once we make this announcement? In other words, once we make this announcement, you and I could be targeted for kidnappings, ransoms, stuff like that.
Oh boy, oh boy.
In order to, to be a part of this.
You know what?
I haven't told my wife. She knows what's happening, but I haven't mentioned the security aspect of it because I don't want to concern her. But I don't want to get taken hostage or kidnapped or tortured. The people say, well, you gotta hook me up, You know
what? I have a 24/7 security staff for a couple issues. And
you're talking about the guy in the tuxedo?
Yeah.
He's security. The weed gravy guy.
No, that he looks like the weed gravy guy. This is another guy who's always standing by me, who's also in a tuxedo, which is what was confusing, because when I came in, I thought the weed gravy guy was my security guard, because he's always supposed to be behind me, my security guard. I have a lot of guys in tuxedos, but that guy definitely is not having an affair with June, but he does stay in my bed when I'm not there. That's the rule that we've made.
He stays in your bed when you're not home with June?
Yeah, because it's about a weight. June says about a weight issue. The bed needs like proper weighting.
What does that mean?
Like if I'm not in it, she said the bed is awkward.
Like the bed gets off kilter, so she has to have that guy specifically? Couldn't she just get like, 180-pound pillow or something?
I don't think they make anything like that.
Like a duffel bag. Just put a bunch of clothes in a duffel bag.
I mean, from your lips to God's ears, but I don't have 180 pounds of clothes in our house. We do a lot of
you don't own 180 pounds of clothes.
No, we do a lot of that. That woman who
Marie Kondo.
Yeah, Marie Kondo. Yeah.
So you've simplified.
I have four shirts.
Well, the bottom line is Paul and I have a gigantic announcement about a big live show on Twitch on December the 16th and 17th. Mark your calendars. Friday
2 hours
and Saturday.
a day.
2 hours each day.
With some big guests, fun people.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. And you're
but
going to,
but the main thing we can't say yet.
Never been done before.
Never been done before on Twitch.
But
and you will thank us, and you will probably want to take us hostage.
We don't know when the announcement will be made. It will be soon. I think it has to come out with the commercial. Okay. So not the asshole. She's not the asshole. The woman,
she's not the asshole.
Yeah, she's not the asshole. I think she relied about it.
Is the asshole.
If you're in LA tomorrow night, Rob Hubel and I are going to be live at Largo with our group Dinosaur. We have amazing special guests tomorrow at Largo. Come out, check it out. It's going to be fun. We got a great lineup of people. We got Lauren Lapkus. We got Brian Husky. We got Lisa Gilroy. We have Neil Casey. There's going to be a blast. Very excited. Oh, and Chelsea Devantez. It's going to be a blast.
Are we going to look? Let's look at the last joke that Molly screwed up and try to.
Oh, yeah. The last joke. Now, by the way, we didn't even talk. I mean, Molly didn't even set it up the right way.
She didn't set it up. She doesn't know how to do it.
Oh, boy. All right. All right, we'll see you next time for Thursdays with Rob and Paul. You can watch us live every Thursday on Twitch at twitch.tv/friendzone, or you can check us out right here on YouTube live. It doesn't matter. Just check us out. And make sure you stay tuned for our very special announcement. This December 16th and 17th, Rob and I are doing something big, and we need you to be there because you are going to get some very cool shit. Anyway, like, subscribe, do all the things that you do when you do things on social media. Bye for now.